see what we got last night. Cars are covered. Raven's having fun. Oh, here go the crazy circles. Beautiful out. First footage with the GoPro. Beautiful day. They're forecasting like 6 inches or something. Looks like we got about 3 or 4 right now. Road looks pretty deep actually. I don't know, maybe it's more like 5. But still coming down, kind of light. Now, go inside and see what we can pick up for this project. Pretty stoked. I was looking through the heaters, and I didn't really see any heaters that I liked. And then I walked around to the other side and realized there was more. And I found this oil radiant heater for $50. I had to buy this DeWalt angle grinder because I know I've been talking about that I needed a semi-electric angle grinder and I had the price is right. I used the $9 or $7 Irwin extension back and bought this $14 Impact Safe extension instead. And yeah, I even got some sandable primer and stuff, so we're in business. Hey guys. It's now Monday. I guess it's 4:49 on the dash. And we're gonna take another trip back to Lowe's now because I tried out this heater the last couple of nights, and I don't know if you guys were thinking about this Omni Heat fucking oil radiant heater, but these suck. It even has like a thing over here like 4 large rooms. Like if your room maybe is like an 8x10, if you're looking to like heat up a garage a little bit, this thing sucks. So I'm gonna go back and I'm gonna get one of those like jet torpedo fucking propane heaters, Craftsman heater, and yeah, hopefully that'll be a much better option than this piece of junk right here. Footage today, and we got the MIATA and pick up road mic on. Should probably do that, huh? Yeah. Hey everybody, I'm back with another vlog, and I hope you guys can hear me okay. I have a new road mic on, but I have to have it turned around 180 degrees because I don't have like the little riser piece that keeps the fuzzy ball like out of the field of view. So right now the microphone is actually turned around in the opposite direction, but hopefully it picks up 3 or at least like 270 sound or something like that. I'm not sure. So went and picked up the car. Here she is. She had a dead battery this morning. You can probably hear me fine now because the mic's facing me. But yeah, picked up the car, had a jump starter, brought her back, and today we're gonna do as much as we can to try to get the roll bar in, and I also have a harness. Oh gosh, I have stuff full over here like this tray. Put this over here for now. My garage is a mess. That's gonna be another project because bulk trash day is on Thursday, so I'm gonna try to get as much cleared out of here as possible. All right, so roll bars in there. Bam, and yeah, we're gonna see what we can do about getting that in that. Yeah. Alright guys, it's time to break a leg. Oh, it's getting colder out here already. And First step, let's take the seats out of this old girl. I believe this is a 14. Kind of hard to work the camera and the slider at the same time. Give me a sec. Besides those upholstery tabs, you have these like carpet holders like this too. They're like on the top sills on the right, driver and passenger side as well. It's just gonna be one of each. They look like that. So yeah, don't forget those. So now that I've gotten all my 10 millimeters for this deck lid loose, and my driver's side seat belt's out, that tower's loose on that side. I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to open up my roll bar and I'm going to do a little test fit. This is basically everything I'm doing here. Flying Miata is done in their video, which shows you how to install these. What am I saying? Flying Miata? Is it Flying Miata? Yeah, it is Flying Miata. That does the hard dog roll bar install video. So yeah, that was a big help, and I'm just going to keep rolling with this. I'm going to do a test fit and we're going to see how it is. All right. What good would these videos really be either without the whole money shot? Pulling this sucker out. Oh, it's kind of stuck down here in this corner. They do a pretty good job packaging these things. All the feet are wrapped to make sure that this thing doesn't just go punching through the corners. Oh, my garage is such a mess, but here, I'll take it outside. Oh. And there she is. Oh. Just rip that out of the way. Yeah. Double diagonals, of course, is what I had to go with. It's got the harness bar built into it. So this was obviously the option to go with. And yeah, let's do a test fit. So I took that trunk pan off and found some cassette tapes underneath, and I'm wondering what they are. I was born in the era of cassette tapes. It's gonna look like, it says Steve something. Could be Steve Vai. Simply just says Steve. Oh, Dire Straits. There we go. Dire Straits cassette tape, guys. Excellent. And what's on this one? Ooh, that one's going to be harder to read out. Hold on. Oof. Looks like L-E-B... the last word's Cohen. Leonard Cohen? Yeah, maybe. Alright. Music lesson. Should take these nasty pads out. I'm probably going to have to take those out anyway. They're like glued in. It's so gross. I wonder what I could scrape those off with. Alright, you guys might be mad that I didn't show like my test fits and stuff with the roll bar. Sorry, I'm sitting on my armrest right now. But basically when I put this thing in, in the Flying Miata video, they're like, oh yeah, it only needs to go back 3/4 of an inch. But I think they've already made cuts in theirs, because my roll bar, I need like 4 inches on the rear bar. I don't know if it's because it's the M2 Sport that goes with the hardtop, and the bar that they do in the video is just like the regular old roll bar, no diagonals, no nothing. So this one seems like it needs to go back a lot further, especially for where the plates mount up behind your seat and on this ledge. Like, you even have the threaded hole right here. You definitely need 4 inches. I measured that twice. Didn't even want to have to put the roll bar back in one more time to test fit it. It was so rough. So I'm going to go ahead, I'm going to cut. I also used, I forget what millimeter this thing is. This is a 32 millimeter socket to make my roundabouts, to trace around. And then I'm also going to have to put that bulkhead lid back in and measure my cuts on that as well. So right on. Any car project, cutting stuff is scary, but you know, it is also equally as scary, especially in Miatas, flipping and turnover. So I don't really care that I have to cut out a little piece here, because in the end I'm going to be a lot safer. And yeah, really that's the name of the game, is to be safe while we're doing this stuff. So all right, I'm going to go ahead and get to cutting. Not going to leave my camera on. I don't need the extra pressure, and yeah, my battery's down to 34%, so yeah, time to change my battery soon. Yeah, forget it. All right. I used to the way this thing's throwing sparks at me. Oh boy. See, I told you I'd freaking get all messed up. See if I could find my Dremel reinforced wheels to do those smaller turns and stuff, because that would definitely be easier than trying to use this thing. I'm going to go ahead and do the other side now. Well guys, the roll bar is in. I definitely cut too much metal away. I cut like 4 inches back, so I probably have like another inch or so of clearance there towards the back, and I have like the perfect amount of clearance on either side. So I don't really think, you know, once we bolt this thing down, that it's going to rub. Yeah, I think we'll be good. And yeah, I'm stoked. Hey, how's it going? Want to be on? Always a polite neighbor or two passing by. It's great. But yeah, I'm just totally stoked on this roll bar. And yeah, now I guess we get to the point of drilling some holes for some mounting brackets, since we've already done our cutting for the fitment. And yeah, it's awesome. It's perfect. Perfect. So stoked. Well everybody, I just want to show you the progress that I've made so far. The bar is in. The bar is in and it's sturdy. The only thing that I have to do still is I have to drill and mount my backing plates. So I've basically just done like the passenger seat belt, since whoever's riding with me in the passenger seat is going to be using the stock seat belt. I'm going to have a harness for now until I can either delete this or do whatever I choose to do with it. What else? Yeah, like these top spacer bolts are mounted in. They're not snugged down completely yet until I have all my holes drilled for the backing plates and everything. The lower seatbelt reel harness bolts are both in. So yeah, I mean, it's sturdy. I could like shake my car basically with this thing. But yeah, all I really have to do now. Sorry guys, my battery kept dying there. So yeah, all I really have to do is mount my backing plates now. Drill and mount my backing plates. So I got to drill holes. Let's see, I'll lift it up. There's the one plate down there. There's another plate on the other side. So there should be 4 bolts in the back plates, and then 3 bolts here, and then there on the other side. And basically the reason why I'm waiting is because it's 3:45 right now, so I probably have another hour and 15 of daylight. And then I have to drive my mama to go pick up her car, which is being serviced right now. I also have to remove the back wheels and then the inside fender liners on both sides so I can drill those holes. So that's going to be a little bit of a project too, but I'm just stoked at all the progress I've made so far, as far as test fitting it a few times, cutting what I needed to cut. Yeah, I'm just happy, super happy. Day 2, and it's a lot colder out today. I can see my breath. But I guess the first thing that we have to do is we're going to go ahead. I'm probably going to jack this side up first and take the rear wheel off. And then we're going to drill the holes for the mounting plates in the back. I'm pretty sure it's a 5/8, but we're going to double check that and make sure it's the right size and that it's not a 3/8. Alright, be right back. Okay, and our next step here is going to be to remove this inner fender liner with these series of 10mm bolts. Guess it would make sense to, something you gotta watch is the inside of the fender. It makes sense if I have my magnetic tray, right? So I just let these fall over the ground. So now the bolts are going to come through, pretty sure it's here, this lower section. So let's go ahead and keep this project rolling. So I got my huge Pet Cemetery 2 3/8 drill bit set up. It is a 3/8, and we're just gonna go ahead right now and drill right through. Ooh, my drill sounds like it's got dead battery. I thought I just charged it yesterday. I might have to put the my drill is just sparking, guys. I hope this thing isn't shot. That was crazy. I might have to put the phone down and see what's up. I might have to grab my other drill or... So now that we've got our lower mounting plate brackets drilled, it's time to do the uppers. And you might be thinking, how am I going to do that? Because, I don't know, in flying MIATA they tell you to use this long extension, right? Now the extension is going to work great for the back, especially where I've left ample space. I don't know if you guys can see this. Like, I left all that extra space behind where I can come in from this side to try to drill the back holes in the back. But with the holes in the front, even with this angle, you're not really going to be able to drill a nice hole in there. Especially not a 3/8. There's just no way. They kind of over exaggerate how easy I guess it is to drill that. They're like, oh, you just kind of start it and then you come from the other side. Well, yeah, you're going to start it, but I'm going to end up using a much smaller bit just to use a guide hole, and then I'll probably come from the other side with a step bit or a bigger bit and try to drill up from the bottom. But I think that's why they leave like so much space on that hole on the right. It's a lot bigger, so I don't know. Let's keep it going. All right, guys, so truth is I was wrong. Flying MIATA was right. Of course they're right. They're the ones who fucking do this shit every single day. So take your extension with your 3/8 drill bit, and what you're gonna do is on the first hole, you're gonna have to be like as parallel to this bar as possible when you're making that drill. And I still had to go from the other side with a step bit, you know. With the next one, same thing. And you're gonna have to hold that wire connection out of the way. And with the back, I almost had to fold the top forward halfway to get the drill in there on the angle, and then made sure that I wasn't like all over my top and shit like that with the, you know, with the extension. And then I had to come, of course, from underneath with the step bit and just bore those holes out a little bit better. So now I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna thread in the plates and bolts. I've really adapted well. I've learned how to hold, you know, the nut on the top of this, or rather, what should I say, the bolt on the top of this, just by kind of like taking a wrench and wedging it in there like that. You know, it's on the back bolt. I don't know if you guys can see that, but I've just kind of wedged it. And then I come underneath. I had to bust out the half-inch impactor for this one. And this is the last bolt that I need to do in the back. She's on there. One plate down, 3 to go. Gonna take a few minutes to warm up because it is cold outside. I also had to run all the way, had still Mom's Civic over there, and run all the way to Lacey and buy some hardware. I'll show you why. Alright, now the brackets, these brackets, the angled brackets that mount here underneath. Now these bolts were not quite long enough because I have some gaps. Like there's a gap here between the plate and the body, and then there's another gap because this angle isn't exactly perfect. It does leave a little bit of gap on the back side as well. So I needed to go and I needed to buy some bolts that were at least a 1/2 inch to 3/4 of an inch longer than what came in the kit. So that kind of sucked, but it is what it is. $5, whatever. Alright, ladies and gentlemen, we're finished back here. Got our angled plates in. I only needed to use those longer bolts on the top. The bolts that came in the kit were fine for the bottom. All those bolts were fine that came in the kit. Got our spacer tower all snugged down, seat belts pretty much in the right position. Alright, I'm pretty sure we're all good with this side. And the only thing I'm gonna do now, I think, is set the car down. Right on. Nervous about like stepping into a car when it's on jack stands and stuff. That's not really my favorite thing to do. But we're gonna go ahead. We're gonna drill the other side now, and we're gonna get all these bolts. We already have the tire off on the other side with the fender liner out. So I'm just gonna drill these bracket's completely installed. I've got the 4th bracket threaded up, finger tight. Now I'm gonna go ahead and do my little lock trick that I showed you before, where I just kind of like shove a wrench back here. You know, like so. And that's my handyman that didn't show up today. And then I'll just go from the bottom and I'll just torque it with a socket. Yeah. Would have been easier with 2 people. Alright. The bar is completely installed. All the plates are in. This thing is tight. And my mom's over there in the mess of a garage. And yeah, it's looking good. I have to install my harness still, but I might save that for next weekend so I have something to do. Yeah, I'm not gonna be driving this car this week anyway, so I don't really need a seatbelt in it right now. But I'm stoked. Totally stoked. Yeah, it's a mess. Time to clean up. I already got my fender liner in. I'm gonna put my wheel back on, drop her down on the ground, then I have to start installing the carpet back inside, and passenger seat, the upper towers. I don't know if they're gonna go back on or not. I don't think they go in, but we'll double check on that. I might have to notch them or something like that. All right, cool. All right, so as you guys can see, roll bars in, interior's all in. I'm sorry it's dark out. It's just, this has been a 2-day long project, and I'm glad it's finally done. I could peel that painter's tape off that I put on, so I didn't scrape the bars when I was putting it in where I made the cuts. And yeah, I'm just totally stoked, you know, all the way around on this. I guess I missed dinner. Yeah, put Christmas decorations away still. Brother-in-law Paulie. And while the camera's fogging up, I think we're gonna say goodbye. Tune in next week. Sorry I didn't get to show you the roll bar, but it's too dark out, and I'll be putting in the harness strap next week anyway. So peace and love, and tune in for another vlog. If you like this one, like, comment, subscribe, and see you next time.